I'm going to the football debate today. Because you have Arsenal in your background and Arsenal never win a cup. You know what I mean? So, but I'm going to debate about you. Because you talk about Argentina, Messi, and all that.
Yo, it's alright. Yo, we got now, man.
Common sense make it make sense. It's all about the current affairs, and we are here to discuss some things that is happening in our culture. And we have our hosts, Jackson and Q. How you gentlemen doing?
Always good enough. Always a pleasure. Always
That
a
is
pleasure,
it.
you know. Big up for the self.
Q?
Salute. You know, salute. Common sense make it make sense.
Great. And I want to emphasize to our viewers to go ahead and click the subscription button, you know what I mean? Hit the bell and make sure so you hit the like and also leave some comments. As I said, this is about our current affairs. And the first on the list is the big news that is bubbling right now. Bounty Killer get back in visa.
Yo, yellow.
Angry cross. I mean, I don't think it's cross anymore. Because based on what I'm seeing with the videos, this man is happy, man, for kicking out and everything. What are your views on that, Jackson?
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I think I always look at things from a money perspective. So I think from an economic perspective, it's a good move, you know. Get back your visa. Hopefully that come with a work visa and stuff where him can go in and, you know, I'm sure he has a lot of fans in the diaspora that hasn't seen him in a while, because either when they come to Jamaica, him not there, or, you know, him don't have a show at that point. So good to see him in the US, and hopefully he has a lot of shows and the fans them go out and really support him, you know, make him feel welcome.
So it's all positive that you're seeing leading from there.
Yeah,
Q,
man,
what does you
definitely.
think this mean for the dancehall genre?
Well, you know, Bounty Killer is the emperor. He's responsible for dancehall. So, with Bounty Killer being able to display his craft, it's nothing but greatness.
Nothing but greatness. And we have to look on the fact that, you know, it's a case where shores are keeping abroad. We are talking about the father, or the godfather of dancehall, Bounty Killer, along with his sons, Mohad and Vybz Kartel. I wonder who start with that show there already. Who start with that show already? What do you think, Jackson? A show like that, what do you think would happen in anywhere in America if that show is keeping?
Lockdown, man. Florida, New York, especially where you have a bunch of Jamaicans. But, you know, even if it's not in any one of those states, I feel like they'll still get a good support. So hopefully they put that on, you know, because I think everybody, not just their fans, even people that are, you know, like Vendetta fans, for example, would love to see that show put on and see, you know, all of those artists on the stage performing together.
All right. Let's look on the first stop, because there's a trend happening, you know. The private jet and the first stop is to DJ Khaled. Now, if we look on this, we see similar for Bojo and Vybz Kartel, no Bounty Killer. Who do you think DJ Khaled is to dancehall culture? Jackson.
The Q right to say, you know.
That's what they was hoping for. But I
no, we can't answer, man. You know, I think DJ Khaled still, you know, when you have one uncle of foreign. DJ Khaled coming like a foreign uncle, you know? So he grew with me, you know. Yeah, man, he grew with me because, you know, if you look at Khaled's younger years, he was in the dancehall space. He was a selector, and him, you know, he was around all of those different artists when they were coming up, right? So before they get big and, you know, bust out of the pack. So I think Khaled is looking at it as, these guys were there helping me and were instrumental in my growth back in the day. So I feel show back the love. So now that me make it and me see them a come on to the scene, me I make sure say me it's like he's like mowing the lawn for them. So that them not have to walk through no tall grass to reach them destination, So yeah, man, what about still?
Yeah, so there have been times where there was a conflict with him and a popular artist, Some call him a living legend. And words are thrown around as culture vulture. What you think about that, Q? What you think about that?
Well, I don't know that. I don't know what was really going on with that, But I would say that man is a living legend if it's the same individual I think you're talking about. So call a name and then you know where I said.
Sizzler. Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Sizzler.
No, man. Some would say a living legend.
Well,
everybody would say.
Everyone
who wouldn't say Sizzler is a legend?
Yeah. First, I will put some respect on his name.
Don't set me up now. I'm just asking the questions.
Well, let him say it.
Well, Sizzler is a legend, and is a man I respect. I don't know what was going on with the both of them. So obviously something went down. I don't think I can speak on that one. Maybe Jackson can enlighten me.
So basically, what you think about Khaled? So you would rule out the part of culture vulture and said he's actually assisting the culture.
Well, music is a business, And in business, it's not just friendship and it's not just I like you. You have to have some value. We're talking about some of the greatest to ever do it. You know what I mean? Way before Khaled came on the scene, a lot of people coming into the dancehall and dancehall fraternity and, collaborating with artists. We get a 90s vibes, which is good for dancehall. That's what I would say. And it's business. Business can go right or business can go wrong. So we just have to hope for the best. Because as them say, are we the best? But we're not mix. Judgment yard. Judgment yard or judgment yard.
So yeah, as relates to that, we definitely big up to DJ Khaled. Obviously, he's doing something right because the elites of our country, when it comes to dancehall or reggae, are making sure they find him, and he's the one that is greeting them on the American soil. So we have to definitely big him up for that. So I guess it's all positive thoughts on that. So I want to big up to Kelly, as Jackson said, at the uncle, right? The one who said no on the new clothes of my bag or something. Just messing around. The next thing is Vybz Kartel. Current affairs is amazing. I love it. The next thing is Vybz Kartel performance. And nothing. No, that has been doing some wrong. That has been doing some rounds on social media. Does this performance, seeing that Kartel is now out of prison, is doing his workout, as his appearance improve? Does this performance shows that Vybz Kartel is strictly a recording artist, or there was some form of improvement in the performance? Jackson. Yeah, man, you may ask, man.
Was there some sort of, let's on to the last part. Was there some part of improvement in the performance, right? No, it was very similar. I think it was very similar. Again, going back to what I said in the first about his first performance, it could have something to do with the sickness that he has, because it's an energy draining sickness, right? So he can definitely perform, but in terms of energy, you're not gonna have the same energy like what Wham did have before. And some people also said that, you know, even before that, he wasn't that type of stage performer where he's that energetic and, you know, hype on the stage, and he wasn't that skeng, for example. I don't think anybody's as skeng, but I think as skeng is a stretch. Yeah, but I feel like him doing things still. I feel like him doing thing. He did enough. I didn't hear anyone complaining about his performance to say, oh, them wasting money or whatever the case is. They were still glad to see him and them enjoy the show, you know?
But let's look on it. As Cartel been known to be a performer, a good performer, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's not go around that. That's why I asked, is it that he's a certified good recording artist, but is still room for him to work on the performance? Or we know that Cartel been having performance issues, so we just have to just accept him as the great legend, living legend that he is. Q.
Well, Vybz Kartel is one of the greatest recording artists, but we would not say the same thing on the stage. But Vybz Kartel is very creative and known to work with what he have to make it be greater. Because I think having Nuffy on the stage as a hype man was a brilliant move. It's a brilliant move because we talking about it. So it have to make sense.
For me, I don't know. Me as a performer, I think Nuffy was more of a distraction to me. For me, Nuffy there while Carter's, it was a moment where Javinci, there was a moment there where Javinci was performing and Vybz Kartel, you know, classic. And they were having a moment there and then Nuffy just pushed through the middle and it kind of break that energy for me. So for me, I think it could have been dealt with much more better or more professional. You know what I mean? Hype man is not there to distract, it's to cheer on. And it was more of a distraction for me, if I'm to be honest about it.
For the whole performance or just that part that you saw, because
there were many different parts.
Yeah,
where it was definitely.
In the earlier stages, Vybz Kartel was actually talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the earlier part of the performance, he was talking to him. So there's always going to be, well, Vybz Kartel is a man who known to do something a little bit different. We don't see no other dancehall artists doing that. That might be a new trend.
I hope not. I see Nuffy as Nuffy. That's Nuffy. Nuffy know how to get his job done and get his name out there. And he's a great MC. But Nuffy, I would say to you, you know what I mean, and this is my view, not the views of Kommon Cents, that you are great at what you do, but you have to admit, as relates to that part, I think there were some more of distraction there. But Scatter didn't agree with me though. I'm seeing where Scatter stated that.
Hold on, sorry. So, but at the end of the day, watching the performance, so if I'm on stage and somebody is distracting me, then you go kind of see that type of energy there. You know, where me kind of look around upon him and like, yo, what you do? I just touch him and say, yo, ease yourself, you.
No, I think he did a great job.
There was none of that, so I don't know. I feel like it did work for what them did do still, but it's probably distracting to the crowd, to the viewers, the people watching.
Well, I'm the viewer, I'm not the artist. I'm speaking as a viewer.
Yeah.
But I was saying Scatter.
Yeah.
Scatter was saying that as relates to Nuffy, it wasn't loud, it was a streaming, so it probably come off like that to the crowd. But if you were there, it wasn't overpowering as how it is on the stream. So possibly. You know what I mean?
That actually makes sense, because obviously the stream tune into the mic directly, right? So that makes sense.
As he said, the crowd audience was different and they were enjoying it. That's what Scatter was explaining. All right, but I want to say the fact that Vybz Kartel is out there I think he actually sounded better and more relaxed and composed in this performance than previous. I think he was working the stage. He sounded better than the previous performance for me. So thumbs up to Kartel and his team. And, we're looking for more great things from them. Spice. There's no current affairs cannot move far too long enough. And Spice don't spice it up. So, Spice with the clash. There was a bit of Spice versus Busy Signal. So there was, first I want to say congratulations to Spice and her army for coming out triumphant in the Red Bull. Yeah, the Red Bull culture clash for 2025. But Spice was upset that Busy did a dub for the opposing team. What do you think about that, Kemar?
Was she upset?
Yes, she said she feel like she claims that Busy Signal is going against the culture.
I don't know if she did upset still, but I feel like she just said that as a, and this is my opinion obviously, but I feel like she was just being, like your own little joke and say, oh, if you do that, I don't know if she was upset, but I mean, watching the clash, I think, there was definitely an energy there. You understand, in terms of what she did and how she take on the clash and how she worked the stage, and yeah man, definitely she deserved to win that. But to the question in regards to Busy Signal, if she was actually upset, I don't understand why she would be upset, because at the end of the day, like, there were so many different reggae artists or dancehall artists that actually made dubs. She
was upset enough. She actually went on live and talked about it. So it's not just
I don't think she was upset.
So after the show, she went on live and talk about him going against our culture and all them something, and it wasn't upset. It's not on the show, She went after the show to talk about it.
Busy Signal?
No, Spice.
No, Busy Signal she talk about?
Yeah.
So, but Movado was actually there on the stage for the next team. So
and we have to look on it as well. That is not just Busy alone. So I wonder if something is brewing there, because it's not Busy alone the dub for the opposing team. We have artists such as Red Rat, Red Rat did dub as well. You know what I mean?
They did have whole Jamaican artist dub.
Whole Jamaican
artist dub, of course.
So we don't understand why she focused on Busy. But Q, what do you think about the Red Bull clash, and what are your thoughts on it?
Spice Army. Spice Army.
Yeah.
It was entertaining, and it's entertainment. And Spice, well, she just put one more thing in the column. Spice, you're bad. You're multi-talented. It was very entertaining, and Spice didn't just come on as an entertainer. My favorite part is when she said we're doing it for the culture, and she draw off a Shensia. That speaks volume. Yeah. Spice Army.
Kick off couple boy face. Kick some boy through them face. We're not promoting violence, by the way. We just, it was a cardboard cutout.
Entertainment. Yeah. So I do think Spice know to spill a little controversy. So I don't think she means any harm. Spice go always spice it up. So I think it has her ranting and bringing attention to it on a level, because what she did bring more attention to it. I think Spice is just a queen at publicity stuff. That's just Spice. That's why I thought on that. It's definitely good for the culture to see a female artist represent as if she was a selector. You know, it was a good vibe, good energy. And we can't take it personal because we know how clash and those things go. Anybody can reach out and try to get a dub. You know, it means nothing. It's all a part of the game. So I don't think it's much of a big deal, if there was a big deal about it. No, the big thing that I'm still in awe about is Messi in Jamaica. Football fans, moments of silence. Messi in Jamaica.
One Messi.
Jackson, you love football, but you can't play football. What's your thought on it?
How that come in, now? How that come in? You know what? I was in my living room and the last few minutes of the game I was on my feet, and I was actually cheering on Messi. But the whole time I'm there, I'm telling my wife because she watch it, but she not really, as invested as I was. I mean, I say, yo, it's like I'm torn. Why if you torn? But it's like you have on one side, we definitely want Cavaliers win because me I say, yo, them nah, anyway. But at the same time, I want them to win. You understand what I say? I want them score 2 goals and show them say, yeah, you come at Jamaica, we roughen up. But at the same time, I want Messi score too because it's like a Messi debut in a Jamaica, and you have to think about it from this perspective, right? And I don't want people to take this the wrong way. Them see Cavaliers every day, right? Cavaliers are play at stadium or them a play at them home turf. Like we see them all the time. So and no disrespect, because those are the future reggae boys, and it's a very young team, right? And me like, the youth will come on the last part. I don't remember his name, but him here bleach out. The youth they bad. I want to see him on the Jamaica side. But Messi is the GOAT, the greatest to ever do it. You understand me? I say one Messi, we don't know Ronaldo. I go one Messi.
You start that argument.
Man. We not start the argument there. But you see, if I was there, I would have gone to see Messi as well. We probably would have get stuck out the door, but that's a different conversation.
So let's talk about what people really look into. Well, most like me. How can you so somebody come to your house, your home, and your entire friends praising them and cheering them on, and you are in the game?
You should answer that question because we come to your house all the time and get all the praises. Anyway, continue.
But that question wasn't for you. So sometimes in your case, you have to give persons who lack attention a little attention now and then. Q, what do you think about the fact that Jamaicans were more cheering on Messi scoring goal against their own Jamaicans? People are saying they have never seen this before. They've never seen a country cheering an ex-country to beat them. Even the Prime Minister was there cheering for Messi.
Jackson will sell me out. I want to do it for chicken or pizza.
I want them pizza.
Listen. Hey. Jamaica was said, Jamaica. Let me tell you this.
I'm in Argentina jersey.
All of them people are bandwagonists. Because if Jamaica didn't win, they would not sing the same song.
It wasn't Jamaica still, but yes.
Then it's what?
Cavaliers.
Okay. And who's mostly on that team?
It's basically Jamaicans. But I mean, if it was Jamaica versus if it's Jamaica versus Argentina, we feel like we probably would have cheered for Jamaica still. You probably would have a few Argentina fans like myself at the stadium.
You just say wear Argentina jersey. Do you have a Jamaican jersey?
Of course.
Okay. So why you never drop it?
I don't have it here, so.
I'm going to drink and mind my business. Jackson, you have to admit, even the Prime Minister was there to see Messi and cheering on Messi.
He's a football fan, yeah.
But
If you're a
Messi
fan, if
coming
you're
in,
a fan of the sport, you know, remember saying, if you're a fan of the sport, and this is somebody that think about it, right? You can't bash Jamaicans. The team that is playing for Inter Miami, right? Although in part owner, whatever the case is, right? Do you know that every single match that Inter Miami play is sold out? Or most of them, especially when he just went to the club. Remember, when he came to play TFC in Toronto, right? You couldn't even afford the ticket. Like the cheapest ticket are like $200-$300. Right? And normally TFC, and no disrespect to my TFC fans, but TFC is not a, you know what I'm saying? Like quarter to half of the stadium. More like quarter. It look like when Jamaica play. Lord God.
it's
Jaja.
a good look. It's a good look for Jamaica that Messi was there. I must
Of course
say
it
that.
is. Of course it
But at the
is.
same time, Jamaica all the way. No matter
I
who.
agree, but
All when
hold
we are
on there.
come dead
Q.
last, and we not have a chance, we still a cheer. Me still
Q.
a cheer for our team. No bandwagon is around here.
All right. So Q, tell me the name of one player upon Cavaliers team.
You no need to do that. Is
We
there
don't
a
need to do that.
Jamaican?
We are
You no
talking
need to
about
do that.
Jamaican team.
Has the Cavaliers team ever filled the national stadium?
As you say, no, them are commoners.
No, I don't really say come
Them
on.
used
No,
to
I don't
them.
really say come on. The fact is, people went there
But
to see
me, I say,
Messi.
them are Jamaicans. And
They went there to see Messi. So it would be
they all
unfair if you say
Jackson.
you're
Hold
going there
on,
to see
Jackson. Hold
somebody
on.
and then you're not going to cheer for him. That don't make no sense.
no, you
Jackson,
can't
hold
pick
on.
him up. But no, you can't. That's your opinion, and I'm not going against your opinion. But my opinion is on a bandwagon is.
Jackson, I want you to
Alright,
look
boss.
at it. Jackson, I want you to look at it. Have you ever seen, right, a match playing in a country? You watch football. You're a man who really
With
watch
Messi?
football.
With
Let me
Messi?
finish. Let me finish. I don't finish after the question.
Yeah, man, no problem.
And 90% of the team is cheering for the other team in their homeland. Have you ever seen that before?
No, I just mentioned the TFC game a while ago, right? Where normally them have quarter of the stadium full. And when Messi was there, the stadium was sold out. And it
I'm
owned
not
more than what
talking about
Jamaica
the
hold.
solo. The solo is understandable.
Well,
I'm talking
three
about
quarters of the stadium went there to see Messi. So of course they were cheering for Inter Miami. Although them don't even know, you know, most of those persons that went there, you know. I saw an interview, there was a young lady that support
So you're
Cavaliers.
saying
She's
that
a
it's right.
diehard.
Don't think it's wrong with it. You're saying it's right. Nothing is wrong with it.
Who did they go there to see? Did they go there to see Cavaliers or didn't go there to see Messi? That is the question I need to ask.
So you're saying,
but anyway, it's good.
that they were
It's a good
cheering
look for
against
Jamaica.
a next team scoring on their team. It's acceptable because it's Messi. That's what you're saying.
And for them team. Them can't even name two. Them can't even name one player on the team. They have never. A lot of those persons that was at the match has never seen a Cavaliers game.
You know what you sound like to me, Jackson? Persons that only support athletes when they are doing good. As Q said, what against them?
So
it starts from where they are. It starts from there.
I have been an Argentina fan. I can show you pictures more than 10 years old with me in an Argentina jersey. Wow, way back when.
Jackson, so like you're one of them.
Bias.
No, wait, let me say something to Bowtown, right? The bobsledge team, Jamaica bobsledge team. They win nothing before the first time. Because we not practice that sport, but them did win. So after them win, them gain fans. Me the Jamaican, we not care what they name. Once me hear say a Jamaican them.
Jamaican, I cheer for them.
Me I cheer for them.
If there's
no Jamaican, if it's no Jamaican, I go cheer for them. Me will cheer for them. Me not care if them win. Me not care if they me want them win. But win or lose.
I was cheering for the two sides. I was cheering for the two sides.
It's so like if you get the jersey. It's so like if you get jersey like the Cavalier player. I see him with that one. The
If me
Messi
get a
jersey.
Messi jersey. So if me get a jersey from the number one player in the world,
That's disputable, but to continue.
he's top 2 and he's not 2. All right. So if me get a jersey from the number one player in the world that actually plays for your team and me support from for over 10, 15, 20 years now, me I support that team there.
What you
Why
do?
would you excited about that? Of course, I'm excited.
So the player that I was smelling, I said, it smells nice, here, man. Yo, okay,
I
come
don't know
on,
what
man.
that part. Yo, whoever video that, I send it out to no wicked. I don't know if I send that out.
But you have Arsenal
Sorry.
in the background, man. So you say is a Messi fan. I don't know.
Arsenal is a Premier League club. Show you how much you know about football. Argentina
No,
is
but
a country.
I'm saying Messi doesn't play for Arsenal.
No, he play for Inter Miami. And before that, he play for Barcelona and PSG.
So like I walk at this, man. Oh,
I know what this. I'm a fan.
I'm going to the football debate today. Okay, you have Arsenal in your background, and Arsenal never win a cup. You know what I mean? So, but I'm going to debate about you. Because you talk about Argentina, Messi, and all
Yo,
that.
it's alright. Yo, we go on here, man. Disrespecting the fan.
We talking about Jamaica and all them thing there.
Alright, not the argument. Anyway.
All right. So fair enough. You're saying nothing is wrong with it because he was the one that was the prize of the whole thing. Everybody went there to see him. By our stadium. Even KFC was empty. The power of this man, empty KFC. They said KFC was empty on that day. I don't know if it's allegedly or what, but
is that
KFC
even possible?
So Jamaicans love Messi more than KFC. My God. No, there was a case where someone said someone stole the little youth jersey. It was a Messi jersey.
No. It was Suarez. Suarez's jersey.
Thanks for the correction. Who stole that jersey? It has been said that it wasn't stolen, and the girl that was holding it up is family. You know, so what people don't understand, you know, these jerseys can go on what do you call it, eBay?
eBay or whichever. If a real fan want to buy it, or actual, you see, all right, you see how the Cavaliers defender, which is a great defender as well, right? How he was acting, he's a fan of the sport, and he's definitely a fan of Messi, right?
Yeah.
Because anybody that's a fan of football is a fan of Messi or a fan of Ronaldo. You know, who's greater? Like that's up to a debate. But they're still fans because they're great players, right? And you aspire to be like the greatest. You understand? So for him, get a shirt from him is like somebody we idolized when he was a child. He's now getting a memorabilia for himself. He say, yo,
I want to tell you,
that.
all he needs to do is to get it signed. And he can make millions
from it. If he sign, I don't think he's going to sell that shirt. Never. My whole on that for your same life.
I won't got money for that shirt, anyway.
if he's a real fan, him not gonna sell that shirt. Trust me.
Okay. Fair enough. Big up to Messi. Some people are saying that Messi being in Jamaica for the first time is stories that they can tell their grandkids. So they wasn't passing up that opportunity. So you have to understand. Messi in Jamaica is a big deal. Right? And the stadium look good in. I know I see stadium look so good.
Yeah, man. Like as soon as I saw it on TV, I take a picture and post it. Like, you know, the black, green, and gold representing for the Jamaica national colors. And you know what? I think the next racing meet is gonna be trucks. It's gonna be champs. Sorry. And according to Noah Lyles, I don't know if he's gonna buy a ticket for the entire stadium, but according to Noah Lyles, it's free.
It's free.
Yeah. So
I think he came out and apologized.
We don't buy that.
So to make it up to Jamaica, let's create such a false rumor story. He needs to buy tickets for at least.
He needs to pay. Just him have the money, man. Just pay for all of the ticket them, because he said it's free.
Yeah.
Right?
I can buy to see them. Buy to see them. No what? When you know what?
Noah Lyles.
Noah no lies.
But I do
And him the son
foolishness.
away. And then, but big up yourself, youth. If you sell, it's free. You know, man, just buy the tickets and make the people go. So we're looking forward to champs.
Make it a reality.
Yeah. But Jamaicans, before we close out the segment, please support the Jamaican team. You know what I mean? The reggae girls are the sunshine girls and different sports. They're not getting enough support. And if you're waiting for them to win to then support them, then we have to agree with Q. Wagonists, that's how the Wagonists behave. You know what I mean? So support the team from now. Let's go to the government. $1 billion push to end electricity theft that got rejected. Jackson, where's about that?
Well, first of all, I have to commend and applaud the government on such a magnificent proposal. And big up Flavor Miss Williams, big up yourself. No, it's a she. It's her first budget. Yeah, man, her first budget, and you know, she did well. So big up yourself. Yeah, man. And also on a big up, what's her name now? Camilla McDonald. She has a show on YouTube I was watching, and she kind of broke it down and stuff. So she did a wonderful job explaining the budget and what to expect and all of that.
It's on track for implementation by the JPS starting on May 1, 2025.
So GCT on your electricity bill is going down to 7%. Another is going to be implemented. The government is dedicating $1 billion to helping people become regularized with their light. They're launching this prepaid program. There already is a prepaid program, but under this $1 billion program, they're going to be assisting the first 20,000 people who sign up with, they're going to be paying $4,000 of your prepaid light bill. They're going to be helping these brand new JPS customers rewire their houses so that they can have the access. They're going to be doing the inspections for free.
And pay for the sign-up fee and all of that stuff and get you regularized so you can get electricity into your house. So I think definitely think it's a good idea.
Jackson, when are the last time you pay light bill at Jamaica?
You hold on, we'll get into that. I'll give you that answer. So
the last time? I had a rental property there, so I was, you know.
No, but still, when are the last time you pay a light bill at Jamaica?
It's been a while. It's 3 years, about 3 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Or 4 years.
They need to take them the $1 billion there and go invest in some solar panel for the poor people then, which I reduce the light bill then.
They actually did. So they passed a law where they allow private investors to come in and invest in Jamaica, where they create renewable energy.
No,
so
the $1 billion me I talk about, they need to go invest it that way.
That's because man. So
why so much people have thief in light? Because sometimes they light cut off and then can't afford to put it on.
It's not affordable.
Yeah. Because Jamaica light bill, you can compare it with a light bill in anywhere else in the world, and it might be one of the highest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing I was getting at you. The people are saying, no, they don't want it. JPS been stealing from them all along. Some of them go and steal the light. They don't want it. So they reject it.
One thing we know about
this mindset that they have. JPS. I think that's the same mindset that they have, that JPS, you know, been giving people some crazy bills. So them good. Them stay with bridging the light and all of that. I think that's the same mindset that they were saying.
Let me just say that the one thing I know about this government, like it or not, them come like a bunch of enforcer.
So you see, all of
the laws. No, we're not go too deep in our politics. I'm just saying, you see, all of the laws them that have been existing for years and people never enforce them, the government, they might enforce it. You understand? So, you see, if you have teeth in light, you know what, regularize yourself. Me feel like them are going to enforce some of them laws that them have pound. So it's, you know, you have to make a choice.
So
Is
I,
either
I
you go
would
the
say,
legit way
I
or
would
you go
say
and take
this.
risk.
I would say this that they need to just make up the money there and give back both team money.
No,
Yeah.
more important, I would say that if they have that money to invest in stolen light, invest it in some solar panel for each community to try to, especially in the rural area, the people who can't afford solar panel, for reduce them light bill. Do some major projects in community to help people, and then people would sign up. But think about
Yo,
it. What is
yo.
minimum wage? What is minimum wage in Jamaica? Right? So
I
yeah,
heard there was
minimum wage.
increase.
Huh?
So remember,
Say that talk. What is minimum wage, Jackson, in Jamaica?
it was increased recently, but I'm not sure what it is right now. I don't remember. I don't
Yeah,
have the number in front of me.
yeah. But think about this. Light bill in Canada or light bill in America might be less than the light bill in Jamaica.
And that might be. It is.
Oh, I'm glad you know that. The earning power for the average Jamaican is not the same. So why talk about something where I go put more expense on them with them income?
And
Minimum wage is 780,000. I just saw it per year.
Huh?
780,000 per year. Just wanted to
just
clarify
do the
that you asked
weekly. Just do
earlier.
the weekly.
No,
People get paid by
you make it want so
15,000.
enough, man.
15,000, 100 US for the week. Let's move
No,
forward.
no. Let him go back to the how much for the year? How much for the year?
780,000.
And how much is that in US?
I don't know.
No, all right.
Can't
Say
tell
it's $150.
per what week?
That's
No,
about
the
6,000 US.
750,000.
That was 6,000, 7,000 US.
All right. Why you
6,000
like? All right.
for the
And
year.
your light bill is almost your whole paycheck.
Let's move on.
If you're working minimum wage, right? It's 5,200 US. You're at 150.
Yes, let's move on. And this is a sad news that has hit the entertainment fraternity. Cocoa Tea, reggae legend, was passed recently. Are we really doing enough to honor musical icon like Cocoa Tea? Are they getting their flowers while they are alive? Talking from the culture, these persons are dominant person for reggae ambassadors and so forth.
Yeah, I feel like we do listen to these artists on regular streaming and stuff like that, and hopefully they're getting benefit from that.
But
From the
giving them
culture, we already
roses doesn't
know.
mean just listening. Us listening though, like it could be awards, it could be a lot of different things, highlights, because we know the common thing that happened when an artist of his statue passed, And I want before I go into that, let me just say condolence to the family. There are a lot of talks that are happening and alleged conversation. We won't go into that. We'll just look on the legacy of this man as related to Cocoa Tea and the reggae ambassador he is. So I'm talking about the celebration of reggae artists who we know are legendary status that are alive. I think some yearly things should be done where, for example, something happened where we start this year, we're celebrating, for example, Burris Ahmad. And you have artists like Busy, Shaggy come, they do it abroad for the artists. These different artists come sing their songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To honor them. You know what I mean? The type of vibes, that type of energy I'm looking at.
I don't know if they have all of that still, but that's definitely something that I would say, that's something I would support for sure. But yeah, definitely condolence to the family. All right, rest in peace. Great legend Coco T still up on my playlist and my reggae playlist. But yeah, man, in terms of giving them flowers and showing them that type of respect, it's gonna take a lot of organization in the music industry, and that's kind of lacking. So, if something like that were to happen, it's probably gonna be somebody private where private
Interject
investor
to
could
that.
go in and do it.
Interject to that. Bob's a great. She could look into some of things like that. As a list to make sure these regulations has some type of structure set up. What do you think about that, Q?
Definitely, because another thing why I would say sometimes we're bandwagonists. When another culture or another country run with the artists, we call them bandwagonists, or we
Culture.
criticize, right?
Mm.
No, we're not talking about the culture vulture part. We're talking about like Bob Marley.
Okay.
We're not talking about it and negative way. I look on it when the artist, just like the footballer them, get the highlight. Like a Leon Bailey. I feel like we have a lot, I stray a little bit. I feel like we have a lot more Leon Bailey out there who just need the exposure. So the same way how tourism can run and benefit off of Bob Marley. Or organize were they to capitalize on that. There can be many more Bob Marley, right? So it shouldn't just be a case where when the artists them reach on a level, the platform is there, and we're seeing a lot of successful artists out there. So I do agree with you with not just flowers, but try to create a platform, which we do have platforms out there, like we have a few North Coast awards and all of these award show where I do believe that we should support and give them the bucketive and give them the support that they do deserve. And don't wait until it reach on a level. All of these things begin with us, not just Bobsy or, but the government have a very important role to play, because when the artists them do something wrong, you try to scrutinize them and say, listen, or sing something that they don't agree with. They come down hard on them, or they reach hard on them, wipe and they come. But you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I do believe the same way how you can say, all right, don't do this or don't do that. If they're doing something good, why not award them for it, or why not promote that? You know what I mean? Because most of these artists sometimes are not knowledgeable about the music business. They could hear them song all over the world, but sometimes they're not getting money for it. So I think the government and Jamaica at whole have a very, very much more responsibility to intertwine with the whole thing. Not just say, okay, him dead and him gone and him deserve him flowers. But from before them dead. So that's a legend. And in some other country and culture, they're celebrating somebody like that.
Yeah. Point well taken. I do believe that
She loves me now.
the government can forward and set up some structure as relates to reggae and dancehall. We need structure in this, We need a lot of structure in this. And the artists, drop on the pride on the ego. A lot of times there are persons who are trying to give that love to these artists, and because it's not internationally or huge, they themselves don't even show up to things like these. But big up to Coco T, you know what I mean?
Living
As
legend.
Bob Marley say, them are tired to see your face. Big
Not
up to his family.
legend.
Huh?
No, we're saying a living legend, but
Yes.
It's no past, but life and achievements. Coco T music live on even though he's not around.
Definitely.
Yeah, so condolence, and I hope we can set up some Hall of Fame. In America they have the Hollywood star or something, whatever the case. We need to do some of these things in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Use up Kingston or whichever year and create that thing. Do some statues of these reggae artists. keep them their
Could I do it
culture
like
live on.
Independence Park or something like that?
Yeah, man. And I mean, set up these different things that people can go and, tourists would love these things, Come on,
Yeah.
Bob's looking to something like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We have the Buju Banton, we have the Sizzla Kalonji, we have the Berry Salmons, we have the Capleton. We have to salute these living legends before them pass away and conversation like this spark.
Yeah, man. So let's create one of those star places for star. You know what I mean? Let's create that for our artists in Jamaica. Because if we are talking about persons visiting these places, tourists and all that, people will. Because we're such a small island, but the impact is massive. So, as I was saying, Babs and the team look into something like that.
One more thing before you leave off that with her.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about good music. So the government need to support the good music.
Indeed. All right, so let's look on Nicki Minaj and the influencers on TikTok, the community. It seems like Nicki Minaj is always involved with the Jamaican TikTokers. Jackson, you know anything about it? Have you seen anything on your screen about it?
No, I know. I'm not on TikTok, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know which one it is.
So here's what's happening. Nicki Minaj visit the different popular TikTokers a lot and gift them. You know what I mean?
Gift them?
There are quite a few names. And, there have been things saying that, Nicki only support certain type of vulgar and low type of TikTokers, and the ones that are doing content creations and so forth don't get that much attention. So there's some energy brewing about that. Yeah. And, we had the Pretty Dan saga and Blam them, and then Nicki Minaj name call again. Do you think international artists of her standard sometimes need to stay away from these things? Or she, not from Jamaica, but loving the culture and getting mixed up in it is something good for the culture? Jackson?
I mean, I don't feel like I know enough about this, but at the end of the day, it sounds
Let's
like
give
you're
us some
saying...
information.
No. You give me enough information still. I feel like at the end of the day, it's like you telling me, say, me not listen to dance, I must listen to reggae. Like how you go tell me which TikToker I must listen to or I must comment on the page or whatever. So me not have a life or me not have a choice in what me want to do and what me like. At the end of the day, what she like. She not Jamaican. So if she's not Jamaican and she choose who she want to support, you can't tell her you and her working money. When she write her song them and she in a studio and she do her tour them or whatever the case and I earn her money, where you there? You're there in a year bed asleep. You probably not even go buy a ticket for go her show. Right? So why you go come and tell her what to do with her money, who she give money or if her money or whatever the case is, or who she supposed to support. You can't do that.
What are you taking on that, Q?
We support Jackson Panda. Comparison steal the joy. Big up Nicki Minaj for the support where you're doing to a culture and you're giving to a culture. Mr. She call up Skeng and a few more dancehall artists. Listen.
Yeah, exactly.
When people are do good, we can't make one bad thing make a bash them. Because she didn't have to do that. She didn't have to call up these people on her platform. She didn't have to give them a forward. She didn't have to give them support. So anybody support with culture, we love you. You know what I mean? And we still hope that you're doing it for the right reason. But yes, regardless, we appreciate and we love you because Nicki Minaj have a certain platform. And if she share it with the culture, it's a good look. She didn't have to. She don't need to, and I like say she do it and You know, you should show some love.
Fair enough. As Jackson said, is what it entertain her. So if it's a passa entertainer and she for her busy life and she chose to support it, it's her money. She spend it who she wants to spend it on.
Entertainment.
Let's move on to squash being locked up. It says based on alleged information or information that was known to the public that he had an arsenal judge. Squash is a known artist
Arsenal,
that
say?
always.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, Squash is a known artist that known to have some massive hits. Probably not doing the shows for whatever reason, but he's always the man with a song. Every year, he find a song or two around the place. It's unfortunate.
Big breeze.
Man, that mash up the whole summer, man.
Yeah. But,
And
you
beyond.
know what, say, before you even finish, me I say the same thing like what I say a while ago. I want to see the man them start investing in some stocks and some commercial real estate and some and them thing them want to see the man them do my youth. You understand what I say? You reach certain levels, you're not supposed to get called in certain things. I understand say you're not just you're not just sing it, you live it or whatever you want to put in it, but why? I feel like, it's like if you take on an artist path and not even say artist, in anything we do, right? I'm not limited to nothing. Anything at all we do and you make a certain piece of food, we feel like you're supposed to start, say, all right, me just low certain things and make. You understand me I say? Step away from that and make. Who have to do it, do it. You understand? Yeah, but at the end of the day, every man have to live their life. So
Jackson.
they must
what
decide
you think
what they
about
want to
these
do.
artists? Thank you, Jackson.
Here the thing is, right? The man them create something from nothing, right? So that's a big accomplishment. So I have to give them credit for that, right? We don't know them struggle, we don't know what them go through for reach where them reach, right?
All that too.
Sometimes, not sometimes, you don't choose where you come from. You just come from somewhere. You have some people who come from a more fortunate place than other people, right? You have some people come from a less fortunate place, right? Certain baggage follow you, no matter where you want to go, no matter where you want to do, right? I understand what you're saying, and it's not a case where I'm agreeing or disagreeing with you, but sometimes not everyone can relate to a certain environment because they never lived it before, right? Now, these guys, I don't know what they're investing, but seems like they're investing. I don't have enough information to talk about investment, but we know which bother no artists, you know what I mean? If the alleged accusation what them have on him is true, well, but if it's not true, stop the accusation, you know what I mean? But I don't have enough evidence to say it's true or it's not true. All I know Squash is a bad artist, and we just hope that everything all right with him. Squash basically one of the column in the dancer right now. As young youth, he might hold it up and we give him respect and we just hope say him all right. I hope say the artists them can live good and we all can come together.
I support the both of your message. I support the both of your message. You know what I mean? As Jackson state, we love to change the atmosphere. Yeah, you're a gangster artist. But try to move away from these things as you accomplish, because the fact that your name are in the spotlight, even if it's not you and somebody around you, your name is going to call. And we have seen that happen. Vybz Kartel come out of jail and talk about that and getting yourself away from some atmosphere. So even though on cue, what you're saying, you grow up in an environment and it kind of shaped you. But as they put in both information together, I would say, as you grow and achieve, you have to understand that you have to move different and all of that. But yes, definitely he's one of the column. You know what I mean? He's the one that give the vibes from the like a Gaza with the Sixth Empire and all of that. So we hope the best for him, and we hope that things will be resolved. You know, people are saying that it look like, you know, ICE has him and he's moved from. There's information in the news. You can go and check it out, everyone. But what I would say is that, you know, we hope him get through it and learn from his mistake if it's true and fix things. We're about to wrap up. Some things that is there. I don't want to go back with the Blam them and Pretty Dan saga with the setup and the gun out pilots. I want to move away from that. I'll just tell the TikTokers, listen, it's a platform that is creating monetary gain, and it's something that you should use in a positive light. Stop fighting and create animosity and all of that. It may give you some entertainment, but we see that is has ended tragically many times. Figure ways to earn from it in a positive way. Negative energy will give you excitement, no, but the payback is something that you don't want. Let's wrap up with I don't know if it's a funny story or not, but it's been brewing in the culture that the Duppy sightings as least to Portmore Toll Road. A woman in white dress looking for shoes, and people have been seeing this and experiencing this. I don't know if gentlemen heard about it. The Duppy woman on Portmore Toll Road. Jackson.
What name, sir? And I know not name Duppy. The only Duppy me know one brother did want it one time and then kill him. I don't know about Duppy.
Okay, I'm a Jamaican answer that, man. When you say you look like I said the banana tree around, man, I say I Duppy, man.
I country me grow, man. I believe in them something. Me used to walk much o'clock at night, me never see one.
But there are people saying that they're seeing this and experiencing this. Q, what do you think?
Never hear about that before. But I know we move past this, but I just wanted to say one thing.
Jaja, go back again.
No, I had to say one thing to clear this up.
Uh-huh.
Despite where the dancehall artist is from, right? Just knowing that you are a brand representative of Jamaica. And you have that weight carry on your shoulder. And we are looking forward for you to do your best to represent us, not just yourself and where you're from. Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. And again, it's current affairs from Kommon Cents University Podcast. And I want to say thanks for persons that have been supporting us, you know, reaching out to us, telling that they love what the information that we provided. Please go ahead and share with at least 5 friends. You know, please leave your comment, likes, and as we grow with you. Kommon Cents make it make sense. See you next time.